everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I am one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is none other than the PC Muscle Race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Nice. I haven't heard that in so long. Makes me excited. In all the right ways. Also joining us is the Mad Pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
It's good to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, how's spring break for everybody?
Restful. Restful.
Good.
Restful and not restful. We officially had our housewarming party this past weekend. So last week, from Thursday through to Saturday morning, technically was a whole bunch of like getting the house prep stuff, and then like Saturday itself was like cooking a whole bunch of shit. Actually, I started cooking the Friday night going into Saturday because I made that coconut curry chicken. Like my roommate begged me to make it. It's one of those things like, you know, like I enjoy it. Like I enjoy eating it, but like the process of prepping it's so tedious because like you got to chop a whole bunch of stuff, and then you gotta create the curry paste. You know, which I cheat. I don't mortar and pestle it. I use a Ninja blender. Yeah, and
fancy.
It's like 4 steps to prepping it, you know, and everything, right? And so like I had the wonderful idea because it was one of those situations where I was like, you know, like I started doing all the vegetable and like the prep for the curry Friday night, and I also like seasoned the chicken that I was going to use for the curry itself, and then I was sitting there, I was like, you know what, I might as well start this. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, we have 2 crock pots here. I can start this, and I can let the crock pots finish it overnight. And that's exactly what I did. So I got everything together. I divvied it up into 2 crock pots, you know, and turned those things on to low and went to bed. Like I didn't go to bed till like 3:00 that night.
Ooh, damn.
And I set an alarm for 6:30 to get back up so I could turn the crock pots off. Man, let me tell you, when that alarm went off at 6:30 and I got up and I opened my bedroom door, like the coconut, the coconut freaking, it was like a coconut clove smell. It was all in the house. And I was like, oh my God, I'm hungry now.
Well, that sounds delicious. But see, this is why I can't ever make something like that. The prep work is just too much for me.
I know.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Like, if it takes me overall longer than an hour to cook, I lose interest. As a matter of fact,
an hour.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my threshold, you know. Which is also why, like, when I make that curry, for example, I usually do the prep one day in advance, so I'm not just slaving over it. Because, like, you do the prep, get the curry sauce ready, and I just stick it in the fridge and let it do its thing, like congeal and all that stuff. And then the next day, you know, it's the actual like get the day I was ready to cook, get the chicken ready, brown the chicken, make your actual coconut milk curry mixture, and then bring it all together. And depending on how you want to cook it, you can put it all in a freaking Dutch oven on the stovetop and just let it steep for like a good 40-50 minutes. Or you can let a crock pot, you know, do it. And you don't have to worry about it for at least 3 hours.
Or next time you should try something called sanbeiji, which it's called 3-cup chicken. You literally need a 1/3 cup of soy sauce, a 1/3 cup of like a dry sherry or rice wine vinegar or something, and like a couple tablespoons of light brown sugar, and you just marinate chicken thighs with it. And it's known to be like overly simplistic with ingredients, but you marinate it, toss it in a pan with a crap ton of garlic, and it's pretty fucking delicious.
Oh,
probably still not as delicious as your coconut.
No, it sounds good. I may have to try that.
And like it's so flippin' easy.
Is it better to do it with white meat chicken or dark meat chicken?
I prefer it with dark meat, and the recipe uses dark meat, but I mean, I can only imagine that it's not going to harm if you use white meat. Yeah.
Nice. Food is always a good thing.
And housewarming party, that's nice. How many people do you have over?
There was about, I want to say there was about 12, 13 people over.
Nice.
Yeah, because
That's too
because
many.
my roommate's birthday is actually today, but we decided to roll it all together and make it a birthday party housewarming thing.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's nice.
so there was a lot of food, there was a lot of alcohol, there was there was a whole bunch of stuff to do. Like only the really special people got to play around in my room with all my tech. But like for the most part, everybody stayed downstairs where like there's the large ass entertainment system in one room and a projector room in the other room and all that stuff. And so basically everyone just commingled. From the two rooms to the dining room to the kitchen.
Nice.
Nice. Well, I was getting antsy after Wednesday last week, so on Thursday I decided to record 2 podcasts.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
And then Sunday I recorded 2 more. So
Did you use a belt for the tourniquet, or did you actually have like a rubber the rubber hose?
oh
thing
no, no, you use a rubber hose and then you just siphon the needle in. You know what I mean? Don't do drugs, kids.
Drugs bad.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Drugs are bad.
I'm a wholesome young man.
You are neither of those things. Oh man. Anyways, video games. So LeRon, you said you played a lot of Monster Hunter over break. How was that?
Yeah, that the Capcom presentation for Sunbreak got me way too hyped. So yeah, I ran my character up from Hunter rank 107 to 273 this past week. Man, I played a lot of Monster Hunter. Over the course of the time, 2 event quests dropped. So I was killing it. I've started doing the thing where I'm making weapons outside of the main weapons I use, because traditionally I use gunlance, longsword, and the light bowgun out of the 14 weapon types. But I've started expanding, so I've actually made dual blades, which I'm kind of messing with right now. I also have an insect glaive, which I did mess around with in Iceborne, and insect glaive is fun. Let me tell you, like I said, basically, if you're one of those kids that your favorite game was The Floor is Lava, the insect glaive is the weapon for you.
Okay.
Because you don't have to stay on the ground if you don't want to. Well, that's not true.
Cool.
That's not true. You will be in the air, but you will be forced on the ground because of certain conditions and stuff like that. But beyond that, if you don't want to be on the ground, the problem is though in Rise now, the monsters actually have ways of getting your ass out the air. Because it wasn't like that. It wasn't. I don't remember being like that much in Iceborne. There were still ways to knock you down, but it seems like every time I'm hovering above the damn monster, I'm getting smacked down. It was hilarious. But yeah, I'm getting amped for Sunbreak, and the fact that it's coming out simultaneously on PC and Switch on June the 30th. I'm happy for it. I'm trying to see if anybody can get it for me as a birthday present, even though my birthday is June 3rd. So I really don't have to wait. I really don't want to wait 27 days, for my birthday present. So I may just go ahead and pre-order it now and save myself the trouble.
See, what if in a scenario like you say, "Oh man, it'd be great if someone could gift it to me," and say multiple people hear it, and then multiple people give you that gift?
Yeah. Just put it on an Amazon wish list there, LeRon.
You know what? I should do that. As a matter of fact, I'll put the Switch version on the wish list because I'm going to get the PC version. I mean, for real. Why isn't the fucking game crossplay? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's
why isn't it crossplay / cross save?
I
don't. Well, no. Capcom. I still think Capcom and the Monster Hunter team, particularly, was not. They still weren't prepared for how popular cross platform the game is going to be, because when Monster Hunter World finally came out on PC and already been on Xbox One and on PS4, the spike in sales like was tremendous for the game. Like I haven't looked at the recent sales charts of the Monster Hunter World and Iceborne now, but it's over 17 million units pushed since the game's release and stuff like that. And so what did they do? They released Rise, and they don't have the PC version ready at launch. So PC gamers, the game comes out. The game came out in March. Was it March? I feel like it was March. The game came out in March. Hey Google, Monster Hunter Rise release date.
Monster Hunter Rise's initial release date is March 26, 2021.
March 26th.
Oh,
Yeah, March 26th is when it came out, and then like it comes out January 13th on PC. So it's like a 9-month gap. And honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like it was the same length of time that that Monster Hunter Rise on Monster Hunter World on PC came out. It was like a 9-month gap and stuff like that. So like I don't understand it. Besides the fact that I think that they probably thought Monster Hunter World and Iceborne was a fluke, so they didn't prepare for it with Rise, and they really should have prepared for it, because once again, the game comes out on PC, and the PC community just ate it up, So I mean, the one thing they're doing right now is they're actually putting it out simultaneously. Well, they're putting the expansion out simultaneously across both systems, which is good. But at the same time, now it's like, well, like you guys didn't think about crossplay. We don't really care about cross save, but crossplay would have been nice.
I mean, do you know, LeRon, by any chance, how challenging technology-wise it is to allow for crossplay? Like, is it just a heavy lift usually?
It might be a heavy lift, but I think about the fact that like Overwatch on Switch plays cross-platform with PC.
Oh well, then there you go.
It plays with all the versions.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't MLB The Show going to be crossplay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why.
FIFA is going to be crossplay this year. Madden's going to be crossplay.
You know what? This is
Call
going to
of
sound
Duty's crossplay. This
is going to sound so bad, but I think it's still like the Japanese mentality.
But because Street Fighter V does it with PC and PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
They've been doing it for years.
That is true. You're right.
So, come on, Capcom. What are you doing?
Yeah, Capcom. Yeah. But you know what? As long as they keep making Monster Hunter games, I'm gonna keep playing them.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then I've been spending more time on Triangle Strategy, even though I'm only on chapter. I'm only at the end of chapter 3.
Oh, so, Dan's coming for you.
Well, here's my problem. Like, I spend so much time on Monster Hunter that, like I play Project Triangle like late at night, and there's a bad problem with that. The game is dialogue heavy. And so like,
that's what I hear.
That's what
I play in handheld mode. So I'm like laying down in the bed, and I kid you not, one night I actually woke up with the damn Switch running hot on my damn chest because I fell asleep playing it.
Yeah. No, I have thoughts on that game. I'm not feeling this game. I wanted to. And even after POW Block, what was that, Monday night? I was like, you know what? I should probably let's just try it again. And then I got into this cutscene or not cutscene, but dialogue thing that was like 10 or 12 minutes long. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I want to play the game, And then I finally get to the gameplay thing. I'm like, man, I would rather be playing. There's probably like 5 strategy games I would rather be playing than Triangle Strategy, to be honest. Right?
I don't get it. It's like, because I guarantee you, Corey, like if Triangle Strategy and Advance Wars came out if Advance Wars came out when it's supposed to, you'd be playing Advance Wars over Triangle Strategy. I know you would.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd rather be playing Fire Emblem, Valkyria Chronicles, Mario plus Rabbids, XCOM, like
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Even Gears Tactics at this point, I just like, God.
And Metal Slug Tactics too, man. Oh man.
Oh, I know. Metal Slug Tactics isn't going to have any dialogue in it. They're just going to be like,
this is going to be pure mayhem. This is going to be pure mayhem.
Yeah, it's going to be like, Army Metal Slug guy, boop boop, shoot tanks. Explosions. Meh. Is that the sounds that they make? I don't know.
I like that last one the best.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I hope Advance Wars has those noises in it. Then I'll be all over it.
You know what? I feel like with the production value they're putting in Advance Wars, like there's gonna be voices and all sorts of stuff. You know, like
Great.
I have a funny feeling like they're gonna incorporate anything they could have picked up off the cutting room floor from Battalion Wars and put into Advance Wars.
Great. Do it.
Mm.
Battalion Wars was good. That was my
Battalion
first
Wars
introduction to Advance Wars.
Battalion Wars is fun. Those guys running like they're in old Mickey Mouse cartoons and stuff.
Yeah. Just saying. Man, good times. Good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of just am stopping Triangle Strategy. And I think part of it is because I'm also playing Xenoblade Chronicles. And, like, those are two really dialogue-heavy games, you know?
Yeah.
Plus Destiny. So, you know, those are 3 big RPGs that I just am not just like, meh. Gotta cut one. Gotta make room for Tetris. Gotta make room for, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you maybe put Triangle Strategy on hold and maybe revisit it in 6 months to a year, maybe you'd have a different feel about it.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but there's so much coming out this year already that it's like I don't know if I have time for that.
If you'll ever get back to it, I mean, especially since, and maybe we'll get to it, the whole Hogwarts. Hi. Hogwarts Legacy thing. Because apparently that's going to be like the biggest, well, not the biggest, a really huge game.
Sorry, I don't know.
That's okay.
I think she probably had to potty.
Did she see me wave to her?
She did.
Yay!
She giggled. Yeah,
Yay.
I think that's her first appearance on Boss Rush in a while.
I know.
She's usually in bed by this time.
Okay, Nintendo Elite Blockers. Let me ask you a question.
Oh God.
Should I give Kirby and the Forgotten Land a try? Should I give it a try?
You do what you want, man. I'm not. It's a pass for me.
See, I've never been a Kirby fan. I've never been.
There is a demo of the first 3 levels that you can play right now.
I was going to say, play the demo. That's the only way you're going to know. Like, for me, Kirby is just not my Nintendo franchise. Like, it's probably more towards the bottom. Not because it's bad, it's not for me. However, the demo, I enjoyed the demo so much that I am willing to buy it. So, like, I will say I have a more positive view of this Kirby game compared to all the other Kirby games I have been exposed to. But that's really not enough for me to tell you to, spend those $60. But I would say it's definitely worth enough to check out the demo. And I think the demo, you'll be able to tell if you want to buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would tell you the same thing, but I played the demo and I didn't really get anything out of it, to be honest.
But I think, Corey, your description of it on another podcast was pretty accurate. Like, it felt a lot like, was it Super Mario 3D World?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people wanted it to be Odyssey, like a Kirby Odyssey, like a Mario Odyssey, but Kirby instead of what it is. But I mean, all the reviews came out today, and it's getting 9s and 10s. So
it's got impressive reviews.
I'm like, what do I know? And it's just like, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, right?
But you're not a Kirby fan. Yeah.
But there are some games that come out and get 9s and 10s from Nintendo, and you are scratching your head.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. Like, if you're never a Kirby fan, just because this Kirby game is a 9 or a 10, you're still not a Kirby fan. But again, like I said, the demos got me to change my mind for whatever crazy reason. So you know.
Yeah, and so I mean, if I'm not saying you shouldn't like Kirby. If you like Kirby, more power to you. There's just other games I would rather be saving for and playing, and Like Hogwarts Legacy, which I'm apparently the only person that's excited for that game.
Well, I was mentioning it, but then you were busy with your daughter. I was like, that is a gigantic game. Like, I am screwed for this year.
I am all in on that game, and I'm gonna bite the bullet for everybody and buy the Switch version.
See, yeah, and man, like I really want to buy. If it's available on Switch, I would really want to buy it just because it's portable. But I'm terrified, absolutely terrified of how Hogwarts Legacy is going to run on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm concerned. All right, I am, but I'm also back on Nintendo Power Block. Right, I want to give the people what they want. They want third-party coverage and support. I will bite that bullet for Hogwarts Legacy. I will also probably get it on Xbox. But again, it depends on the Switch version. The Switch version is like a smooth, let's say 30 frames a second, and like it's not super muddy, it still plays well. Then sure, right? Okay, I can deal with that, right? Because a huge RPG like this, I would rather be playing in handheld mode anyway, because I don't have a lot of time. My kids are running around, watching TV, whatever. It's easy to put down if I need to, right? It's convenient. But also, if it's ugly and it doesn't run well, and there's like half the game is down, you have to download half the game, right? It's like, well, I might as well just get it on Xbox.
Though I will say, I'm at least glad that it's not a cloud version.
Oh yeah, don't get Galatrad started on that cloud version.
Oh yeah, he really hates on the Kingdom Hearts thing.
Oh my, there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Well, yeah, no, I get it.
Oh man, they really dropped the ball on Kingdom Hearts. I will also be that person. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but it shocked me that Kingdom Hearts was not a native port. So that's just me though. In Galatrad. Anyways, Stephanie, what are you playing?
So I have not been playing much because I'm still trying to catch up on my novel writing, but I did have the opportunity. Actually, I'm not sure if I spoke about playing Aztec on here.
You did.
Okay, so I'll skip that sadness, but I did play Tunic.
Mm-hmm.
I played Tunic. And
yeah, we shouted out your review last night on Crossroads.
Nice. I can't wait to hear what you guys had to say.
Boy, Austin and Stoy had words.
See, I was on EXP. That'll come out tomorrow, I think. So I know how Stoy feels about it, but I'll have to see how Austin thinks about it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like when I wrote my review, I wrote it higher than my own personal thoughts about it, because when I write reviews, I write objectively, because what I consider a game that I enjoy does not mean the game is good or bad. It's just a game, do I enjoy it or not? I kind of take that overall objective look at, like, how are the graphics, how are the sound, how's the gameplay, is it up to par? And that was a 4 out of 5. But me personally, it's a bit more of a 3 out of 5. Not because, again, the game is bad, because that's why I rated a 4 out of 5 on my review. But it definitely, part of it was my expectation, because everyone kept calling it a Zelda-like, which in a sense, there are definitely calls to Zelda, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Metroidvania style. The fox is wearing a cute little green tunic, and you're saving this fox in this weird prism. But it feels and plays almost like a Souls-like game. And yeah, it didn't have a story to really hook me in. It literally just plops you on this island and everything's in a different language. And while I kind of understand the devs' intent to kind of create this OG Nintendo version of difficulty with like no clear direction or minimal direction, you got to give me something else to hook me in.
Did you use the manual, the instruction manual that they get in the game, that you get in the game?
Yeah, I've been picking up the pages, and trust me, that's what has saved me so far. But still, like, because it's also an isometric view, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go, say you're walking underneath a bridge and your character's underneath the image of the bridge, but you can't see your character anymore. So I can't see where I'm controlling my character, but I have to keep going because there might be a chest there or a hidden passageway. So there have been times I've been going through that same area 5 times before I literally trace myself around the walls and I found the path out of there. It's hard to see. And my biggest gripe, and I know I'm like complaining about it, but it's really not a bad game, is that when you hit the right bumper to go to item select, it doesn't pause the game. Usually when you go to select an item on a menu screen, it pauses.
Mhm.
But so if I'm getting swarmed by enemies and I ran out of magic on the magic staff and I need to get the blueberries to replenish my magic, I hit the right bumper, but I'm getting my ass kicked by these enemies while I'm trying to equip it, so I just die a million times. So it's not a bad game. It just was different. Yeah. So
I mean,
that's what I played.
That's fair. I mean, I've been waiting to see other people's opinions, and I read your review, and every time I hear the term Souls-like, I'm just like, God, it's like roguelike to me now. It's just like I don't.
I know. I try to stay away from saying stuff like that, and I think the only reason why I included it is because there have been other people that have mentioned it being a Souls-like, and I'm like, all right, well, let's take a real look here.
I don't know if you guys listen to Podcasts Unlocked from IGN or not. It's like the only IGN podcast I listen to anymore, but they had a really awesome interview with the creator of Tunic this week. And
nice.
It was like a 45-minute interview with him, and it was really cool. And he's like, yeah, I wish people would stop comparing. He was talking about how like he wished people wouldn't compare it to Dark Souls because he feels like that turns people off, but also like the combat does feel more strategic than a Zelda game. Because he's like, a lot of people say this is a Zelda game, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like,
it's not.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the very first Zelda game was kind of an inspiration for secrets, and every bush becomes a door essentially at some point. But like, he's like, it's not really a Zelda game, And I was like, yeah, I get it.
I'll definitely have to check that out, but that makes total sense, and that's why my review itself, I rated it high because part of it was expectation. Everyone was saying, "Oh, it's a Zelda-like. Oh, it's a Zelda-like." Mm-hmm. So obviously, when I play it, and in my brain's like, "This ain't Zelda," my experience is going to be a little different, and it's not the developer's fault at all. And I'm glad it's on Game Pass, and I do think people should try it.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't exclusive to Game Pass right now because that's totally a game I would check out on the Switch right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I downloaded it and I do plan on trying it this weekend. But again, it's just like I have a really hard time getting into indie games on a giant TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's just something about something like that game in particular that I'm just like, I want to kind of play it on my couch while I'm watching something or have a podcast playing or something, So I don't know. I'll try it. Like I 100% want to try it, but the moment it's the same with Death's Door, right? Like I tried Death's Door on Xbox and it was great, but I'm like, I'd rather play it on Switch. And then when it came to Switch, I instantly bought it because it just feels better there,
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I forgot which of the two it is. You know the companies that port like indie games, like to physical copies, a special reserve or something.
Limited Run and Super Rare.
Yeah, so from one of those, I ordered Death's Door for the Switch.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna get like art stuff with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was my long. Well, I wouldn't call it a rant, but my long speech.
How long is Tunic? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. Oh gosh, I didn't even. I have to think about how many days and hours I put into it, and my game time is probably a lot longer than most people because I was literally running around like an idiot. Like for me, I was probably more on not exactly 20 hours, but like in between 15 to 20.
Okay.
And I've read it's like, well, I guess, yeah, the upper end of average. Like, let me Google it now. If I Google it, Tunic hours of play, main story between 12 and 17 hours.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll give it a shot this weekend.
Yeah.
But
Who knows? Maybe it'll go to Switch eventually, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a game that'll make its way to other platforms. There's very rarely an exclusive indie game anymore. You know, there's not that Limbo, although I guess Limbo's been ported to everything now, but you know, it was an Xbox exclusive for like 6 years, right? Or you know, it's not like the PS3 and Xbox 360 era anymore, where there's fighting over exclusive indie games, right? It's they're like, oh well, this game's going to be exclusive for 3 months, right? And that's usually I'm actually shocked that Tunic showed up on Game Pass day one as an exclusive, because with Death's Door, it was exclusive for 3 months, and then the day it hit other platforms, they're like, oh yeah, now it's on Game Pass. You know, that's usually Xbox's play, and it's like, well, you know. Plus, like, I feel like that game was big enough and talked enough about that people would have bought it. You know, I think it's like $30, which is that's a lot for an indie game, in my opinion. But
I'd play it pay for it if it was a good game. And
yeah.
Not knocking it, but for example, I think Aztec was $30, and I would not pay $30 for that.
Yeah.
With all due respect.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. For me, is that all you played? Sorry, I didn't want to
Yep, sorry. No. Your turn.
For me, I played a lot of Destiny. Like a lot. I leveled up my Guardian from light level 1517 to 1551, which is quite a grind. Masterworked some armor pieces, which gives you each armor piece that's masterwork gives you 10 extra stat bonuses, so that was fun. But I played a lot of Xenoblade also. I really like Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It is just a joy to run around the world. It not that it gives me a lot of Breath of the Wild vibes, but not in the way that it plays. It's more the way the world is structured. There's these big, vast, open landscapes, which makes sense because they did Breath of the Wild's overworld. Monolith did, but just the way the world is laid out and how there's these big, vast, open spaces, and then you get to this town and it's very dense and very robust, and you can go in these shops and, you know, I mean, Link doesn't get a bikini that's like, you know, 30 stat bonus points over the next most powerful thing, but, you know. Yeah, I really adore that game. It's been fun revisiting. I haven't played it since the Wii, actually, and so just kind of getting back in the swing of things. And I'm playing it on story mode. I don't have time to sit there and grind out and learn the combat. I'm just kind of running through the story and enjoying the banter between characters and finding cool new party members. And what I like about this one, as opposed to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, is that the armor changes depending on what you're wearing. So, like, if you find a leather vest, you have a leather vest on. If you have a chain vest, you have a chain vest on. And it's really cool. I like when games do that. I don't think enough games do that, except for Monster Hunter and Destiny. But, but then I also played a lot of Tetris Effect as well. Because, I don't know, I've been a lot of, like, with work and, like, the house stuff and everything, it's just been, like, that's the game that calms me down and relaxes me, which is weird because it's Tetris, but...
I think I'm definitely going to need to play that before bed because work has been stressing me out. And
See, I'm too damn competitive. Like I will start playing that game and I'll be up for an additional 2 hours.
Yeah, but if you play the story mode in Tetris Effect, it's like you play to the music and like it it doesn't like boot you out because the levels don't go long enough for you to like feel bad about yourself. At least not yet. We'll see when I get there. But yeah, it's really fun. I'm really loving Tetris Effect. But that's it. Is that it? I feel like that's it. I feel like that's not it. You ever... God, this is what happens when you take a week off and you just kind of like forget what you played.
throws you off.
I know. We'll say that's it for now. Yeah. Anyways, do we have a topic for tonight? Are we just kind of
Winging it?
Yeah, I had one, but because I was angry about something earlier and then I forgot. So, whoops.
I kind of have a topic, but it's more on the entertainment side.
Let's do it.
It's not the gaming side.
Who cares? Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Wait. First of all, did I talk about this earlier? Like, what do you do when your favorite show goes off? Like, whether it's for like the season or if it's for the or if it's for like ever.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was canceled like 5 years ago, dude. Come
Well,
on.
no. Like we just had the season finale of Star Trek Discovery, so I'm not really in show hole yet, but at the same time, I'm not in show hole yet because Picard is running right now. As a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, episode 4 will be out for the 10. So it's not really. Paramount Plus is doing something really nice right now with Star Trek. They're kind of running them not the same way that Disney Plus is running, just one ends, the next one starts. They're actually running a few episodes concurrently, so it's almost like it's one of those situations where like Star Trek XYZ is ending. Here Star Trek ABC is starting right now, and once ABC is like halfway down the pipe, then DEF is coming on to like fill in the gap and stuff like that. So I'm not really in bad shape with Star Trek right now.
Mm-hmm.
But some other shows have already had their finales, or some other shows have already been like, okay, we're done, we're done for now, so. What do you guys do when you run out of stuff to watch, basically?
Well, I'll go first because I'll probably have the shortest answer. To be honest with you, I don't really watch a lot of shows, so
you sweet girl, you.
I just don't have that problem. Well, I fall behind. Like, for example, by the time I got into The Office, it was already at like its sixth or seventh season. So I literally could just binge almost all of it.
You're a power binger.
Oh yeah, and then Game of Thrones, I only got into it when it was in its 6th season.
Oh, so you are so lucky. Oh my god, because I watched that shit from season 1.
Well, but it was hard for me waiting for that final season because I never had to wait before, and I'm like,
I bet.
Oh my gosh! So, but the rare times I did have to wait, I don't know. Because I watch so little TV, I have to turn to something else like video games or write a book or something. So that's just me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Corey kind of knows my answer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I just immediately start watching like, okay, if it's off for that current season, I just rewatch the season. I just immediately rewatch the season. If it's off for good, then I plan when I'm gonna re-binge the show. Yeah. Well, hey, Corey, what's your response?
Man, I don't really watch a lot of TV either.
Oh, God. Okay. So I'm the only one. I'm the throwback. I'm the throwback from the 80s and 90s era.
Here's what I do though. When I find shows that I really like, and it's usually like bad sitcoms or whatever, right? I will sit there and I will watch the whole thing while I'm working on something, or like I just rewatched the entirety of How I Met Your Mother. And that was like really comforting to me for some reason. And then, I watch a lot of Everybody Loves Raymond. I love that show.
That's a great show. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
So I've actually been like looking for old like 90s era sitcoms to watch. Like Home Improvement is on Hulu.
Mm.
It's very exciting because I really like Home Improvement. I think Tim Allen is just like one of the greatest comedians of all time. And so I know he has that other show also, Last Man Standing, which I've seen a few episodes of.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear it's really good. And so I kind of want to start watching that. But I'm really bad at watching things that nerds are supposed to watch. Like, I've tried to watch The Witcher like 4 separate times, and I just cannot.
It hasn't latched on to me yet either.
And I hear the second season is better than the first, but like I'm just like I'm trying to power through the first season, but after an episode, like it's one of those shows that if I'm going to watch it, I want to watch like 2 or 3 episodes before I go to bed, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm watching it, and I can barely get through one episode, and it's like these episodes are 45 minutes, and it feels like this episode's been going on for 4 hours. I don't know. There are aspects of the show that I like. I really think Henry Cavill is a great Geralt, right? I think he's awesome, and every scene that he's in, he steals the show. He is not in enough of that show. I just want to watch him stab people. I don't care about what's going on in this kingdom to these characters that I don't care about, and they're going to die in 10 minutes anyway. I don't care. I want to watch Henry Cavill stab giant monsters and burn them, and, his eyes get all yellow, and then, he fights this one monster, and, like, he takes a special juice potion, and his face gets all, like, I don't know, veiny and black, and his eyes turn inside out or whatever, and then he just goes all witchery on him, That's what I want. So, also, Siri isn't Cool Siri yet. I want to watch Cool Siri. I don't want to watch this sad girl running through the woods. Also boring. Also, I found out that show has a 7-season plan.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Okay.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Like, what
But
how?
wait, is it the Netflix 7th season though?
Yeah.
Like where? Well, hold on. When I say Netflix 7th season, I'm like, like it doesn't come out. Like the seasons kind of run in the same year.
Well, it took 2 years for the second season to come out.
Okay, see, there's gonna be.
And there's also this year in between the Witcher proper series. Every other year they're doing a prequel.
Oh gosh.
Series. And then there's also that anime that's going on.
They're gonna burn those actors out.
Yeah, that's wow.
Well, it's a different set of actors. Like it's like it takes place like 500 years before The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. By the way, new Witcher game in development with Unreal 5, in case anybody cared or was wondering. So, probably won't come to Switch, so I probably won't play it because it's too long. But yeah, I don't know. I want to like shows. I want to get invested in shows, but I'm also one of those people who, if I'm not doing something while I'm watching, I'm bored. Like if I'm not on my laptop looking at stuff or working on stuff, or if I'm not like playing my Switch while I'm watching TV.
The epitome of ADD right there.
And
I was going to say, do you think that's a product of just a modern adult?
I no, because I've always been like that. Like even
Oh.
when I was little, like if I was watching Ninja Turtles, I was always laying on the floor drawing or playing my Game Boy or something. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like always something that I've had to do. I have to be interacting with something while I'm watching TV, and it really kind of sucks because there's a lot of shows that I would like to sit and enjoy that are deeper than like a dumb sitcom in the background, right? That you don't really have to pay attention to, or a show that you've rewatched 100 times and you know what's going on. Like,
Which I have those too. Like I have tons of shows that I know frontwards and backwards. So like I just have it on the background. Like when I'm like building computers and stuff for the job or doing repairs and stuff. Like something's on Netflix that I've already seen before. That like all I'm doing is just it's ambient noise, and like every now and then I'll look up when like my favorite scene comes on.
Yeah. And so like I'm sitting there and I'm like there's probably been like 3 or 4 times within the last 2 years that I'm like I literally sit on the couch and I'm staring at the TV. Everyone's in bed and I'm like, okay, I want to check out this show. I hear it's really good. Peacemaker is a good example of one recently where I sit there.
I need to get back on that. I've watched the first episode.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think I like this show, but after like 10 minutes of it being on, I'm like looking for something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the show's fault because the show's actually pretty decent, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just always looking for something else to do. And I wish I could turn that part of my brain off, and it just doesn't turn off. Like it never turns off ever, and it just kind of.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
Like not sleeping ever? Yeah.
No. Okay. Let me change that. Is it hard for you to fall asleep or is it hard for you to stay asleep? Because I'm the hard to stay asleep type. Like
here's the thing. It's hard for me to go to bed. But once I'm in bed, it's easy to fall asleep. But then I have a hard time staying asleep. And so sometimes in the middle of the night, I will lay there and just kind of like think about things or think about things that I need to do the next day. But then I'll fall asleep like an hour or two later, and then it's hard for me to get up.
I hear you. My body's in bad shape right now because I have this problem where for some strange reason right now, like it's happened. It's recent too. Like I will be like, okay, it's time to go to bed, and then I'll sit in bed for like an hour, like just fucking around, like not sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and and when I say like fucking around, I mean like like I'm looking at something on my phone or my tablet, or I'm watching something on television, or sometimes I'll have music on at night, and I'm just more focused on the music than I'm focused on taking my ass to bed and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I'll finally go to sleep. Like let's say like. Last night I got my ass in bed like 11:45, and I don't think I fell asleep till like 1 something. And then today was a workout day, so my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, time to get up.
Yeah. So last night I didn't record anything. I was editing Pow Block, and I was editing a standard definition episode that's going up. By the way, for you freebies. The episode we recorded last night's going up on May 2nd, or May 4th or something. I don't know, whatever that first Monday in May is, because we're so far ahead on that show for some reason.
Wow.
It's like the show I'm most worried about getting behind on, and it's the show we're the farthest ahead on.
Huh.
And I think it's because side tangent. Here's where my brain goes when I don't have anything to do on a Tuesday night. Is like, I think that's because Standard Definition is the only show that we do that doesn't have a pre-scheduled night to record because we're working around so many people's schedules and other shows. Mm-hmm. And so it's always the lingering, like, do we have enough episodes? Do we have it scheduled? That kind of thing.
I see. Uh-huh.
And so I don't know. That's where my brain goes on Tuesday. So like last night I was sitting there editing and I was watching Crossroads on Twitch last night, and I'm sitting there editing, I'm making my thumbnails. I whip out my Switch. I'm looking at the store to see if there's anything on sale that I can buy that I'm never going to play because that's what I do.
But at least you now have folders.
Was there any good sales?
Last week there's a better.
I need to do the update so I can get these folders.
Yeah. There was a better sale last week. The WB sale was pretty good, actually. All the Lego games were like under $10. But, yeah. And then I was like, okay, like when Crossroads ended, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. And then I was ready to go to bed, and then I was looking for more things to do. And so, you know what I did? I started making new assets for Crossroads. Because
I'm not going to bitch at you about not going to sleep.
No, I know, but I'm saying like since Crossroads is kind of accommodating our Xbox and PC side of content for now, like we need assets that don't just have PlayStation on them, right? So
Yeah. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Like I swear, if I was if I had art, if I was artistic in any way, like I would definitely have been all over this shit. But I'm that person.
I like doing it. I don't get me wrong. It's like my favorite thing to do is make our backgrounds. I like sometimes I think it's like 80% of the reason why I create new shows for ourselves is so I can just make new assets because it's really fun.
Well, shoot. Why don't you? Why don't I request that you make me a content pack for OBS because I'm getting ready to redesign like all my stream stuff.
Okay, I mean, if you want me
and
to.
I was on Nerd or Die looking at stuff, and I got something. I got 3 things in my cart right now.
Yeah. So, I don't really talk about work a lot on the show. What is going off? There's like kids' toys going off somewhere. I don't know what I don't know where it's coming from. Anyways, I don't really talk about work a lot on the show, but like it's funny because I'm actually like transitioning into a new position at work.
Oh yeah.
Because
congratulations.
one of our video editor and podcast producer is leaving. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of moving into that role. And like the first thing before she's not even gone yet, and I'm already thinking, oh, we can make the show look better. I can make assets for the show. We can do new intros. We can make new graphics. We can do new. I'm like, just shut up and do what you're supposed to do for now.
Well, that's your creative brain. You're a content creator, Corey.
I know, but it's just like that's the first thing I went to was like, how do we make the show look better? And like I started doing all these things last night while I'm trying to go to bed. I'm thinking about this.
you got a problem, man.
I know. But I'm like really excited for this though, because like I got hired in as a social media specialist, and like I kind of run the live stream stuff from home base and stuff for my job. But like I always had my eye on the video editing and podcast recording part of the job. And like now I'm really excited because I pitched myself to my boss and said, look, I really want to do this. And he said, okay. And then I got really excited about all the things we could do. And I'm like, this isn't your podcast. This is their podcast. You have to do what they want you to do and kind of go about it strategically instead of like me randomly one day saying, oh, we need to look different. We need to look different because I feel like we need to look different. We need a refresh, So I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
But that's what I was doing last night, LeRon, after Crossroads ended. When I was really ready to go to bed, I had my pajamas on. I had my teeth brushed. I was like all ready to get snugly, cozy, whatever. Man, LeRon's sending us Monster Hunter pictures.
Oh, damn. That is gorgeous.
Isn't that fucking sick?
What is that?
Beautiful.
That's the new Elder Dragon. He's the flagship, which basically means he's the featured monster on the cover.
Gosh, every time I see Monster Hunter, I just want to play it. And then I go to play it, and I'm like, I don't have anybody to play with except for LeRon, and he's busy.
Hey, dude, all you gotta do is like, hey, want to play some Monster Hunter? I will break out the Switch. I mean, the Switch it's not like the Switch is packed up or anything, like.
It's fair.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But and I know what I'm about to say is going to be incredibly not helpful, but just because I go to pharmacy school and stuff like that, and I had to learn about like people who have insomnia, especially with kind of your hobbies and your work. Technically, blue light from
all this blue light's fucking me up.
Fuck up your sleep. And
yeah,
I feel like it makes a difference for me. Is I wear blue light glasses. It's not a pure cure, but I feel like it helps a little bit.
My my seeing eye glasses that I have now. Like I
You're
bought these.
seeing eyeglasses.
Yeah, like my regular. Well, the reason why
bifocal, so
the reason why I say, oh God, don't even go there with me because I actually have to consider getting bifocals with my new prescription this year. But nah, these glasses right here, like these are Oakley's. Like I ordered them through Lens Crafters from their Oakley selection, and these have built-in blue light filtering.
Nice.
Yeah, which is cool because I don't actually get the yellowish tinge with them. Like they're the crystalline ones, and stuff like that. So these do me a solid, for the most part. And they don't have that weird ass. You know how like some of those glasses have that weird ass like blue like look on the front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like these don't have that. So yeah.
Okay.
Which is cool because like I gotta get my new eye exam done real soon, and actually I don't have to worry about that till like July, but I should get it done earlier than possible because when I bought these in Lens Crafters, the technician was like, hey, like, do you want to get the warranty on them? And I was like, I'm actually pretty good at glasses, especially when they're plastic frames. And she's like, well, the reason why I'm asking is because like you have to get your new glasses every year, right? But most people's prescriptions don't change that much, year to year. So she's like, what you can do is if you remember, come in, use your warranty like in the final month and get your lens corrected. And she basically mean for like scratches and stuff like that. And I was like, that's a badass idea. Like, why did I never think of that? So I went ahead and spent the money. And I guarantee you, they probably upsold it. They'll never. Like it's one of those things where it's like, like you upsell something knowing that no one's going to have the intention of using it or they'll forget about it and stuff like that. No, I'm fucking remembering this shit. Like I'm going to get the only problem is like, what am I going to do while I'm waiting for my new glasses? So I think honestly, I have to buy my new glasses before I get these corrected. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I kind of pulled us into a different realm.
I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, Corey, if you ever tried blue light glasses.
I've never worn a pair of glasses. I don't even wear sunglasses. Like I don't.
Wow, I don't know how you do it because
you wear a networker like
okay
sun visor.
I don't even know where those are right now. Oh, there they are. Okay, these don't count. Okay. I can't even see you guys right now. Like this is how dark they are.
Shades. Yeah.
Not to go like tangent upon tangent, but I don't know if it's an age thing, but when I was younger, I could, do my thing and not need to wear sunglasses. But hell, it could be a partially cloudy day and there's snow reflects light, but like it doesn't have to be a fully sunny day, and my eyes will hurt if I don't put sunglasses on. So I
don't have that problem yet. As a matter of fact, like natural light actually is fine with me. Like it's unnatural light. Like like especially fluorescent lights and stuff like that. Like they hurt my eyes.
Gotcha.
Interesting. I don't know. I just never have for some reason. I'm a terrible human. It's fine. What were we talking about? Oh, TV shows.
TV shows.
Yeah, TV shows.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of TV. I try and then I can't, and then I feel bad because I can't because there's so. Let me tell you the last show that I actually sat down and watched and finished the whole thing. Was Mad Men. Was the last show I sat down and watched. Okay. But my wife and I watched it before or after it was over. And it was the last show that we watched, it was the last show we watched without kids. So that was like the last show I really got into. It's a good I like that show a lot. I actually would like to rewatch it.
I'm a TV watcher, so I definitely I find new shows to watch, because Euphoria is on my list now. I'm going to start watching that real soon. But I've got one more movie that I need to watch. Because Mark asked us if we were going to watch any movies. Going into Oscar season to watch them and do a write up on them. Which I need to do a write up for Coda to get onto the website. So hopefully, if I can watch both these movies and get my write ups done by Saturday, I'll be happy. Yeah. So yeah, I watched my boyfriend and I watched Coda Monday night. Which he'd already seen it. Like he's into like Hollywood and the Oscars and stuff like that because he's a professor at the university out here, and his thing is cinema and communication. So yeah, it's his thing. So he'd already seen that movie plus the other movie that I'm trying to watch tomorrow night. He's gonna come back and watch The Power of the Dog with me tomorrow night. The Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst movie, the Western movie, and then I gotta like start writing.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of been on a roll actually, like this month. Like I've been producing. You know, I guess that's what happens when you finally get promoted.
Yeah.
Nice.
you produce.
Yeah. Isn't it nice? Aren't promotions nice? They feel nice.
Yeah.
So, man. Okay, so does anybody have anything else to say about this topic?
No.
I think we got it covered.
Yeah.
And okay, so I kind of have a topic. It's not really a topic, but it's something I really want to talk about. And I know, LeRon, you talked about it on Crossroads already because of the state of play. And Stephanie, I don't know if you're interested at all or anything, but like, can we talk about Hogwarts Legacy real quick?
I was gonna bring it up too, so yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, so I texted you guys because I actually sat and watched the state of play because my kids were sleeping and my wife left this weekend. And I'm like, what can I do for like a half hour? And I'm like, oh yeah, the state of play. I didn't watch it yet. I'm going to sit down and watch it because I'm partially interested in this Harry Potter game. I watched it. Holy shit. I'm like, it went from like, I'm interested to like my second most anticipated game this year. And I'm like ready to go.
How did that happen?
I don't know. The magic captured me. No pun intended. Right? It just like,
that was a okay. So that 14-minute state of play had you hooked, basically.
it was 22 minutes.
What was 22 minutes? Was there some additional stuff?
The one I clicked on was 22 minutes. I don't know. Was there a different one?
Well, the one on PlayStation right now, the one on
I think
on
they have a
YouTube?
truncated version.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was like really excited to make my own wizard and go take school classes and make friends with companions and go on little quests and go pick out my wand and whatever. Like I feel like this is what they wanted Fantastic Beasts to be in the movies, and it just wasn't. Like, it's just not. I don't know. Plus, I have like a really soft spot for Avalanche, the developer, because they did Disney Infinity, and I love Disney Infinity. And for those of you who can't see what's in front of me, I have every single Disney Infinity figure lined up across the top of my office.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the only collection I've ever completed. But
well, I'm not just saying it. Like when I first saw the Hogwarts Legacy announcement, I too was kind of lukewarm. I really got into the books, movies. I was just aging out of, but I got into them. But anything since then, like Fantastic Beasts or the Cursed Child one, like I just couldn't get into it. So when this showed up, I'm like, I think my time with Harry Potter related stuff's over, and I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to capture that magic. But I did end up watching that state of play for EXP Cast, and I'm like, Corey's right. Like this is precisely when I was a kid what I'd wish. Like I want to go to these classes. I want to see what house I'm really going to be. I want to get my own wand. And I'm like, but at the same time, then I got really worried, right? Because I'm like, this is going to be a gigantic game. Can they really pull off a game that big?
Yeah. And the other thing I was thinking about too is like, this takes place across 1 year, right? And so like, what are their plans? Because like, obviously anybody who knows Harry Potter knows that like Hogwarts, you go to Hogwarts for 7 years and you graduate and you become whatever wizard person. But like from what I was watching from the state of play, you're entering as a 5th year.
A 5th year, yeah,
Or
that's
yeah. I don't know if you're like transferring from another school or like you just passed your owls and you like became like you just leap some years or whatever. To me, it looks like you're like a transfer student or something.
Yeah.
So like maybe they're planning it to be like a trilogy of games, and they're like, okay, well, if we're gonna do a trilogy, we should just start at 5th year, because 5th year is when you can use magic outside of the school. You can start doing different things, and yeah, I know, I'm whipping out my wife's Harry Potter lore knowledge here.
I'm impressed.
But like the 5th year is when you start like in Hogwarts school, whatever, is when you can really start using your magic outside of the school. Is like the main thing. And I think maybe in order,
that's why they chose that year.
Yeah, in order to use it in like Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade or even places that you haven't been yet, exploring in caves or whatever, like this is the year that would make the most sense to start. And I think that's cool. And I think like setting it way before the movies, even Fantastic Beasts even, doesn't tie you down to like, oh,
Exactly.
well, this is going to happen in like 10 years. So we got to make sure we set that up. Like, I think it's really smart. And I'm really interested in the Goblin Rebellion that they're talking about in this game. I'm really interested in that weird guy with the twirly mustache and the top hat. Like, he looks really funny and like crazy dark guy. Like, I'm just nearly headless Nick is in it.
Yes.
And like you can walk through the common rooms, which was like when they're walking through. I know it's Hufflepuff's common room, but like just walking through the common room and you're like, oh man, the stairs are moving, the painting. You can walk through. You can do a spell to get into the common room, and you're walking around. It's like those are the moments that like really captured me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I want from this game, and I hope it is just as good as it looks. And I'm not expecting the Switch version to be as good as this, but like, you know what I mean? Like it just, I don't know. There's something about Harry Potter that captures me the same way that Disney does, and they're doing it right. And I think it's because Avalanche worked with Disney for so long. Because Disney Interactive used to own Avalanche. And then when Disney Infinity got canceled, Warner Brothers bought the studio. But then they continued to do Disney IP. And now they're doing Harry Potter. And it's just like, maybe they just understand what makes something magical, So that's why I'm excited.
Well, I guess, yeah, if there were to be, certain developers for it, I guess that they might be the best choice. But like I said, I really don't want to play the game and then wander through an empty world. I don't think so, but I've been burned before with expectations, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have too, and but that's the risk you take with AAA games, especially ones that are linked to IP, like licensed IP, and but Warner Brothers actually has a really good track record with licensed IP, right? Batman, Suicide Squad looks great, Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Mortal Kombat incorporates a lot of licensed IP, right? With like the horror movie stuff and Alien and Predator, and they do a really good job with that. So I have faith that Warner Brothers kind of knows what they're doing. Even their recent stuff that's quote unquote bad is pretty good. Like Batman Arkham Origins is pretty good. So I don't know. I have faith that this game's going to be at least good. Also, there's this like really charming part where like your character meets like another kid and you guys go on an adventure together, which was really charming. And I was like, man, that's awesome. I want that. I want a friend to go on an adventure with.
But you said this was like your number 2 most anticipated, because the other one's Breath of the Wild too, right?
Yeah.
So can you imagine say those two games come out within like a month of each other.
I know.
How are you? And when I say you, I also mean me because I'll be getting both. How are we going to be able to play two massive games? Because
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Good
And
luck.
then like
Good luck.
Xenoblade also comes out in September, which is like number 3 on my list now. Like it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't. There's too many big
scared.
games. I'm also like quite excited that like Gotham Knights is coming out this year too, which is like I really want to play that. That game looks really interesting. Like how do you make a Batman game without Batman? That's super cool. Suicide Squad got delayed, thank God. By the way, none of us have Suicide Squad. I looked at our list.
Okay.
LeRon, I thought you had it.
No, I had Gotham Knights.
Yeah, you also have Hogwarts Legacy. You jerk.
oh, see, like I don't know. After Elden Ring, I'm like, all right, LeRon's got it.
Yeah. Who has Kirby? Did anybody pick Kirby?
I
I
don't
think-
think so.
I sure as hell didn't.
I didn't because in the past Kirby games never rated well, but look, all of a sudden now it's all 9 out of 10. The only one that didn't give it a 9 out of 10 was IGN, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got Tunic. Sweet.
Wait, but Tunic's a re-release. How'd you?
Tunic's not a re-release.
I thought Tunic was a re-release. I thought Tunic.
No.
Hold on.
It's not. I promise
Hold on,
you.
because in my write-up for new and notable games this week, like Tunic has 2 copyright dates.
Because they released 2 demos.
Okay.
Uh,
Initial release date March 16th. Okay.
Great. Tunic has an 85 on Metacritic. I'm going to add that to my list.
Eh.
Also, I have Stalker 2, which, by the way, is not coming out in December with the war going on. So
Yeah. It's been hurt.
I also have a big fat 0 there. But,
Send us that list later.
I will. Yeah, I should probably just share it with you guys on a Google Doc.
Yeah. Like don't pull a fast one either. Don't edit out some people's games. Typically my games.
Yeah, I'm going to distribute all LeRon's games between me and Stephanie, and LeRon gets like, I don't know, Chocobo GP racing or whatever.
I will go back and find that episode and then be like, hey, we need to talk.
But yeah, LeRon, what are your thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy? You don't strike me as a Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I'm not a Potterhead. You didn't
go on Pottermore and have the sorting hat choose your house and
I
get your wand.
Well, I did that a few years back, and like I got put in Ravenclaw. So like I'm not.
I'm also a Ravenclaw.
Me too.
Hell
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're all the smart kids, apparently. I thought I was for sure a Hufflepuff because they're the big dopey kids that just kind of get ignored. And
I don't understand. I don't understand. What my disposition was to like get me into that house because I'll be honest with you, I thought I was gonna be Slytherin.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got Ravenclaw, and then I found out some other friends of mine are Ravenclaw, so I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
yeah, so
like I forget who are Ravenclaws in like the Harry Potter universe.
The characters.
Yeah,
Cho,
hold
the
on,
girl that Harry.
Hold
has a
on,
crush
okay,
on
Luna
is a
Lovegood.
Luna Lovegood.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh, gross.
Who was that?
He's the teacher from the second one that kind of like messes up everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very pompous windbag that thinks he knows everything.
That sounds like me then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Luna Lovegood, Sybil Trelawney, Marcus Belby, Cho Chang.
Not a bunch of really well.
Padma. Yeah, they're not really.
Moaning Myrtle plays a big role in this movie franchise. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Quirrell also.
True.
Gross.
Ugh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, but what are their traits?
Also, Garrick Ollivander, the wand guy, is also Ravenclaw. So,
Ravenclaws correspond roughly to the element of air. Okay, that makes sense because that makes sense there. Traits. Ravenclaw, prize learning wisdom. They prize learning, wisdom, wit, and intellect in its members. Thus, Ravenclaws tend to be academically motivated and talented students. Okay. They also pride themselves on being original in their ideas. Oh, that's not really me, but whatever. It was not unusual to find Ravenclaw students practicing especially different types of magic than the other houses might shun. Hermione Granger, an extremely intelligent witch at the top of their student year, was sorted into Gryffindor, though she admitted that the Sorting Hat had seriously considered placing her in Ravenclaw.
Well, you know that the entire cast in the movies or in the books too, they were all sorted into Gryffindor, but they were all supposed to be in other houses.
Oh yeah.
Neville,
What was Ron Weasley supposed to be in? Hufflepuff?
Neville and Ron were supposed to be in Hufflepuff.
Ah.
Hermione was supposed to be in Ravenclaw. But also, the Sorting Hat knew that because Harry was actually supposed to be in Slytherin.
Slytherin, yes.
But the Sorting Hat, when he said he didn't want to be in Slytherin, the Sorting Hat put him in Gryffindor. But the Sorting Hat kind of already knew, magically. And the thing that Gryffindor is puts you with people that will make you a better person. And so that's why Hermione and Ron also got put into Gryffindor, and Neville.
Okay.
So
Neville's my man.
Yeah.
What, after the movies? God, that guy got
Yeah, that guy got jacked.
Yeah.
God. Anyways.
No, they had him on. They had him in the men's health UK edition, and he showed his meal prep, and it was literally nothing but fucking a platter of red meat that he was getting ready to meal prep, and it's like God, man, your colon's gonna hate you when you're in your 40s.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I'm so glad we got to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. I really am excited, and I also like the fact that I was reading it, and you can have the Sorting Hat sort you into a random house, but you can also kind of guide it towards a house that you would like to be in, which is also kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they're kind of letting players play how they want to play. Because, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of people are going to probably want to pick Gryffindor, right? I mean, especially people who are Harry Potter proper fans. So, but I wouldn't mind exploring. I think I'm going to try to take the path that the website has taken me down. Mm-hmm. So Ravenclaw, get that 14-inch pine wood wand. Yeah. So, anyways, that's it. Are we gonna wrap here? Is that what we're?
Hey, sounds like a plan.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Great episode, guys. Great job.
Yeah.
Spring break's over. We're back.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to be back. I mean, it's the best night of the week. Right?
Absolutely.
Yep,
Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. Head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. You can support the show and many others. You get 3 shows early for just $1. Pretty soon 4. So check it out. Early shows are After Dark, Standard Definition, Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass. So check it out for $1. Coming soon, Crossroads Plus.
Coming soon.
Stephanie, where can we find you?
Everyone can find me on the Twitterverse and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author. You'll also find me on episodes of After Dark and Standard Def, particularly the classically animated Disney movies.
Nice. One of those is coming up on free feeds, I think.
Woohoo! Check it out.
Yeah! LeRon, where can we find you?
You can find me on social media at Exodus803. Also, those are my Twitch and YouTube channels. So look it up there. I am the host of Crossroads, Basically, it's called the Crossroads Podcast now. Yep, that happens Tuesday nights, and usually at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Twitch channel. So head there. Of course, you guys are listening to me right now on the Boss Rush Podcast. I'm also on various standard definition podcasts, including MCU and Mass Effect with my boy Stoy, and I'm the host of Boss Rush After Dark Wednesday nights, which Corey will definitely let you know how you can get with that show.
Yeah. You can find me at IamCornHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block again. Yay. Expansion Pass and Standard Definition for MCU and Disney. Also, you can check out After Dark on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. You get that show 2 weeks early by heading over to Patreon. You also get Standard Definition 2 weeks early and Expansion Pass a week early if you are a patron. So I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Oh, if you listen on iTunes or Spotify, give us some 5 stars. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. We
yeah,
really
it means a
appreciate
lot.
Yeah. Also on iTunes, I probably should have said this earlier because I'm sure a lot of people have checked out by now. It's okay. On iTunes, if you just type in Boss Rush Network, we have a Boss Rush Network page on iTunes where all of our shows are listed under a Boss Rush Network banner. So you can go there and check it out. Check out all of our shows. Very excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good night.